Welcome everybody, it's time for the second game of day 2 of UK Dota's King of the Mid tournament, 1v1 tournament inspired by a fistful of tangos. And for those wondering about in-game Dota TV, I'll finally turn my microphone on in there, so we'll be able to check it out from there. We're going to have a quick look at the rules once more. No soul rings, no bottle crow, no neutrals of any kind. If you want to get a bottle, you've got to get the rune. The gold 150 at the start of the game for the walking courier. In case the one that's given to you in the game doesn't work, it's first to 2 kills or 2 towers that will win the game. And as far as the matchups go, as you can see, it's 3 randomly determined matchups. I decided on these matchups, I put them in the pool. A lot of them are bullshit that should never be put in. A couple of them have been featured here, but we are going to check out which matchups were vetoed by the players. Hamed, I actually haven't introduced the players, so we will have Hamed versus Kamehameha in this game. And Hamed decided that he wanted to veto out the Invoker versus Ancient Apparition. Both of those heroes have quite an equal time in mid lane, but Invoker does have a lot more burst, so later on the game we'll get. And Shadow Demon versus Viper was banned by Kamehameha, who was not really feeling that one, nor was I, but the one that's going to be picked up is one that has been called imbalanced by quite a few people. It's going to be the Windrunner versus the... what the fuck is OD's name at the moment? World Destroyer, I think it is. But yeah, we are going to have this matchup. Interesting enough, Hamed actually offered to swap to Kamehameha, saying that if he wants to play the World Destroyer, or whatever it's called, instead that he could do so, but Kamehameha turned it down and he wants to play the Windrunner, so we're going to get ourselves into the game real quick. And as both players have entered now, and we do see Kamehameha playing on the Windrunner. Buy a new one. Gold 150 is the command. So Kamehameha will be playing up on the Windrunner, and the official name is going to be Edward Devera. I apologise. Will be played by Control Delete, also known as Hamed, who puts the wrong gold command in. So both players are going to get themselves new couriers as theirs don't work. We're going to see a merciless Greevil coming out from Kamehameha. It's always interesting to see what Greevils people have. And actually this is interesting. We see a Ring of Basilius turned on as well as a set of tangos early for Kami. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this one. Whether she's going to keep the Ring of Basilius turned on or not is another question, but using this one to push perhaps and try and take towers early. Whereas Hamed, also known as Control to defeat this game, is going to go for nearly a... I can't actually remember the name, oh my god. Null Talisman. How did I forget the name of a Null Talisman early on as my Twitter goes off on my phone. And he's actually going to use his little Tickle Tengu to check out the rune spot perhaps. And this is the first time, sorry, the second time we've seen players do this. So yesterday we saw that one as well. But Kamehameha is going to turn his Bassi off and on and keep confusing me. And off again. So I don't actually know what he plans to do here. But he's going to go ahead and start blocking that middle lane. Control defeat. Hamed also going to do the same. Just see if either player is going to pick up a bottle here. So the courier is there watching the rune. It's going to be an illusion rune. All he needs to do is send it down and he will spot that one out. Illusion rune not really going to help the OD as much early game. It's going to help Windrunner a little bit more. Simply because of the I said a damage difference. OD does have a lot of damage. But you don't really think of the damage on OD because of the orb. But yep, OD. 64 base damage, which is super high compared to the 56 of Windrunner, and that's with a Ring of Basilius as well. So, quite interesting that we actually see the Ring of Basilius because it is going to give him more damage. It's going to give him extra armor as well as the mana regen. He's going to need to use the power shot spam. And OD continuing to try and last hit. So 2 for 2 up on OD, 1 for 1 on the Windrunner right now. And skill build is another interesting point. So, Hamed currently holding on to his. He hit level 2 and still hasn't leveled anything. Well, it's Kamehameha. He's gone with a power shot as well as the Windrun. And I have the hiccups really bad right now. I do apologise, guys. Now Hamed. He's just going to let the lane come to his tower. He's making sure not to attack the creeps at all unless they're in auto attack range. Which is unfortunately not going to get any of these apart from that one. So 3 for 2 compared to 3 for 1 at the moment. Kamehameha pushing the lane a little bit too much. So it's gone on top of Hamed's high ground. And he will miss himself a last hit on the range creep there, will Hamed. Not really sure what he's doing. He's finally going to send his courier back to base. It didn't actually use it to check the rune. He just sent it down there for pretty much no reason by the looks of things. But now Hamed. Still going to attempt those last hits. And Kami, he's not bought anything yet. 268 gold. I believe he hasn't anyway. Nope. As far as Control defeat Hamed goes, he's actually bought himself the Null Talisman recipe. So he wants to bring that one out to him soon. He probably will put it on the courier now. As well as something else perhaps. But no, 4 for 4 as well, 3 for 2. He has actually decided to skill 1 in everything, so he's going to have that Arcane Orb for extra damage basically coming out of the Windrunner. It converts your current mana, I think it is. Remaining mana pool, yeah, so whatever your current mana is, takes a percentage of that and adds it to the auto attack. Astral Imprisonment, of course, will be able to use that to steal intel from Kamehameha, and that will give Control Defeat more mana, and finally gain 1 in Essence Aura, so that's going to give him a 10% chance to restore 75 mana whenever he uses one of these 2 spells. The Orb modifier does actually work with that as well. Now, taking the lead versus 4 for 4 of Hamed, and Hamed is really just playing very passively here. He's trying to control the lane as best he can. He wants to keep bringing the creeps within the range of his tower so that he can get more last hits potentially and keep the advantage to his high ground, which he will get once again now. Whereas Kami, he's got himself some boots and he's just looking to get some last hits here. So he's actually gone 2 up in Arcane Orb now as Hamed. Interestingly enough, so wants to use that early. He doesn't really have that much mana pool though. This is the worrying thing about this build. He's going to get 7% extra damage, which I'm not good enough at maths to work out what 7% of 634 is off the top of my head that quickly. But it's basically not going to give him that much damage early game. The scaling on it really isn't that great until you have a lot of intel items. He's going to get his Null Talisman now, which is going to give him a little bit more damage once he decides to use the orb. But he hasn't put any aggression down. And neither player really has. We've seen 1 power shot coming out from Kamehameha, and he's gone for the standard skill build. So he's going to be maxing power shot, followed by shackle. I doubt he'll get a pointing focus fire until after he's maxed up these 3 abilities. But whether he needs a full duration windrun or not is questionable. It will give him. He can get 5 seconds basically where the OD is not able to hit him, even with the Arcane Orb. And there goes the power shot. So just continuing to push the lane is Kami now. Still going to have Basidius turned off. Will get his boots brought into him now by the courier. And choosing not to push the lane. But now both heroes are up to level 5, pretty much even on XP as well. It is going slightly the way of Hamed at the moment, and that's coming out from the 8 denies over the 3 denies of Windrunner. And Hamed once again choosing not to last hit. He's going to buy himself a Gloves of Face. Who knows, this could be a Hand of Midas rush. But I very much doubt that. And now Kamehameha is going to be the first person to check the rune. This is the 0-minute rune, don't forget. It's going to be an illusion. And neither player decided to go for a bottle here, so the runes really aren't going to be contested that much at all. In fact, now's the time for Hamed to try and come down and find one as well, but he's going to spot the illusions of Windrunner, which should help him last hit a little bit here, unless he's just going to use them for harassment, which he is going to do so. So Hamed's going to take a little bit more damage from that, and he's going to use them to help get this range creep last hit. Kami. It's 2 last hits ahead, 6 denies behind now. And there comes the Gloves of Haste coming out for Hamed. Although we call this a bit of an imbalanced matchup, it's kind of the way that the players are playing this one. At the moment it seems that Kamehameha is being the more aggressive party in this one. Whereas Hamed wants to take it a bit later on. He's gone 3 points up in the Arcane Orb, which is a little bit confusing as well as definitely not original. It's not original at all to go for a build like this one. So 3 in the Arcane Orb. He's going to do extra damage to illusions, which really is going to be nothing this game unless he wants to orb this illusion of Windrunner. Whereas Windrunner obviously going for that power shot, so it's going to get a nice bit of harassment damage. And I expect once Kami gets some more items, I'm still really surprised there's no bottle coming out from either players. And in fact, Kami hasn't had to use a single tango yet. And nor has Hamed because he didn't have any, so neither player really playing this one aggressive at all. They're both being very passive. And they're just trying to fight for last hits as best they can, but at the moment, Kamehameha are definitely leading the way on last hits, whereas Hamed has the denies in his advantage. And there comes the power shot, sorry, so that's going to do a lot of damage to RD. It does level up the Sanity's Eclipse, and we expect that. I'm still a little bit surprised with this Astral Imprisonment only being level 1. He's only going to steal 4 intelligence every time, and it's only going to last for 1 second is the duration of the prison, which is still a little bit confusing. Rather than being able to steal 10 intelligence, which he would be able to the moment he levels up if he decides to max this first, and I would really start to beef up this Sanity's Eclipse damage. But now Kamehameha is going to get himself a regen rune and just waits around. He's going to pick it up, get a little bit of mana back. It's not really worthwhile at this point. He's going to miss out on XP just to get a rune, but he was probably hoping for something else. Neither player choosing to buy wards this game. And now Kami. Hamed's actually going to go check the bottom rune. He should know that it was top because Kami was out of lane for such a long time coming back from the top lane. And Kamehameha actually walked back through the river as well. He's going to check bottom. Kamehameha now building up his phase boots. Got the 2 blades of attack ready. So he's going to give him a lot more right click power. 69 damage on him at the moment compared to the 85 of OD. And I believe those phase boots will give him a lot more as well. And probably actually lead the way in terms of damage. But now, Kami's about to pop level 7, so the players are pretty much even on XP. There's a slight advantage going away of Haim still. And still so passive. Kami's waiting for more levels in Shackle Shot, sorry. So he's actually gone 3 and 3, which isn't really a surprise, so he's going to have himself a nice 3-second stun if he can latch that Shackle. And obviously the Power Shot damage will come up once more in the next level he pops. But still a very passive game. But I've played. Oh, the shackle comes out from Kamehameha, and what a beautiful shackle that was as well. And as soon as Kami gets his phase boots, he starts putting the aggression down. But because he only has level 1 up in that wind run, he really can't dive a terror at the moment. And of course, OD does have the Astral Imprisonment, so he will be able to help get himself away. And that's a nice power shot by Kami. Actually, cancelling off the south from control now. He's going to get his boots shackled once again attempted by Kami. And Kami is definitely starting to bring the aggression in this lane. He's popped 2 power shots in a row on top of control of the feed. And there comes the Santi's Eclipse. Very interesting use, and Haim's going full on in this game right now. And Santi's Eclipse has used a very long cooldown after only seeing 1 bunch of intelligence. So he's still 6 intelligence, and Kami actually disconnects. Pause. Please. Please. I can't pause. Thanks. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But, so Haim did pop the Santi's Eclipse, which is a little confusing still for me. He's going to check the bottom rune and find nothing, by the way. So it did a little bit of damage to Kami, but not a lot, and not enough that's worthwhile as well. The haste rune's actually going to be top, and that's a long cooldown to put yourself under. And this is the point of him. Should have scaled this Astral Imprisonment. If he'd had it up to 10 seconds, word's starting to escape me. A 10 intelligence steal rather than a 6 intelligence steal like it is now, that would have done a lot more damage with Santi's Eclipse. And I'm not going to explain exactly how Santi's Eclipse works, because it's so fucking complicated at the moment. And yeah. Oh dear. I don't know how it works. But yeah, basically if his intelligence is X more than Windrunners, then he does a lot of damage. If not, he just drains a lot of mana. But he did do more damage there because his intelligence was ahead. So the players can go when ready. Just waiting for one of them to unpause. So Kami, yeah, so the ultimate was used by Haim there, and still a little confused as to why that was used. And now Kami's going to go ahead and check the rune top. He's going to find himself a haste rune, and with this one, and control of the feet being very low at the moment, he could put a lot of aggression on, especially with the current creep positioning. In fact, Control's going to come out to try and find the rune himself. He's going to see that the haste rune has in fact gone. He doesn't even know it was a haste rune. But now Kami's going to return to mid lane all hasted up, and he's definitely going to be able to put some aggression down here. Haim's being a little more careful. He's got himself a healing salve, and needs to fly that one out to him now. But what's the courier bringing in now? So 2 clarities coming for Kami. Really wants to put this aggression down. I'm definitely thinking that he doesn't need a bottle this game, which I find pretty interesting. I think with a bottle, Kamehameha might have more chance of getting a kill here. He picks up the haste rune, doesn't really do anything with it. And what's the courier find out now? He's just going to be a healing salve for Haim. So now Windrunner 28 for 10 on last hits, winning this lane pretty hard. 29 for 10 now. 15 for 12 coming out as far as control of defeat goes. He will drop a branch to bring that salve into himself. He really needs to use that one before he can stay in this lane. Although OD has the higher intelligence at the moment, it's all about the strength as well, because Kamehameha, he's got 758 compared to... Wait, I'm sure his health was lower than... Never mind. I'm really confused. I'm talking crap once more, guys. Picked up the branch. That might have made a difference, but who knows. Kamehameha anyway. He's got the mana to do something at the moment. He might want to try a shackle shot. In fact, he's going to hit on the power shot, surprisingly enough. But he is looking for the shackle angle right now. He's not going to get it though, as Haim is playing very defensively, sitting quite far back under his tower. And now Haim is going to pull this creep right back. And this is starting to do some damage to the Terror as well. So 1147 on Terror damage. Kami's going to get himself an Illusion Rune. He's decided to get a second point in Windrun, so not maxing Power Shot or Shackle Shot. And this is still pretty interesting. And now, what's he doing with these illusions? I'm wondering if he's going to try and snipe a courier or something, but there's no courier nearby. Now Kami, he does have a Shackle angle if he wants it. He's actually going to throw out the Power Shot. It hits again on control of the feet. In fact, Shackle not going to latch. Angle wasn't quite right for him now. He's going to use that second clarity that he bought himself. And the question is, what can Haim really do to start bringing this lane back in his advantage? If you have a quick look at how the net worth's looking in this game, it's about 1,000 gold difference towards Kamehameha. In fact, he will buy himself a Staff of Wizardry, so he's going to have even more intel. And this is a smart thing for Windrunner to do. Get himself some more intel so that when Control Defeat starts sealing it with that Outworld Devera, it's really not going to make much of a difference. And Power Treads are being built up by the OD now, so he needs to get some more last hits and should be able to control this lane. But really playing too passively as an OD. In fact, those illusions are doing a fair bit of damage to Haim here. He's not going to enjoy those. And they're going to time out any second now. But yeah, Kami was playing very scared to begin with, but now he kind of felt that he's got the lane presence at the moment. As Control Defeat, he's playing so defensively that he really can't do much. In fact, he's finally going to start trying to get some last hits again. But double the CS coming out for Kamehameha now, and the Shackle is going to latch. And what a fantastic Shackle. Phase boost a pop by Kami. He's going to tackle Pill. He isn't going to get missed. And oh, nice Astral Imprisonment, but it's not going to matter. Kamehameha will pick up the first blood, and 1-0 going away to Windrunner. And this might be why Kamehameha decided not to swap. He knows Windrunner, perhaps, knows how to play really well, and really enjoys the hero. That's definitely a possibility. But now Kami's going to be able to start doing some damage to the tower. Didn't level up Focus Fire, so doesn't have that additional attack speed coming out with that one. But he's going to be able to do some decent damage to the tower anyway. He's got 103 damage with those phase boots. Buys himself a 4-staff recipe. So we'll have the 4-staff in 250, sorry, about 200 gold from now. 220, 230, I can't count apparently. He's going to find himself a DD rune. So Haim does respawn. He's got himself his Power Treads. Hasn't got the a TP scroll, so he's going to have to walk himself back out to lane. And Kamehameha definitely starting to control this one. So now we see 3 points up in Astral Imprisonment on Outworld Devera. Something that he maybe should have got a little bit earlier though. As I keep saying, this Arcane Orb, he's really not used it effectively, which kind of questions the fact that he leveled this one up so early. When his DD room Windrunner could definitely push Haim off the lane now. He's nearly 2 levels ahead of Haim at this point. 49 for 11 is the last instance of for Windrunner compared to the 20 for 13. In fact, going to get himself up to 53, getting the entire creep wave there, and that will be 4-staff complete, and I'm guessing that's going to come out to him very soon. And there it comes. Mercer Scream, we're going to bring that one out as well as another Clarity. So Kamehameha, again, his 4-staff is Getting his 4-staff, he's going to be able to reposition himself correctly, try and get that Shackle shot and secure himself the second kill of the game to try and take this one home and advance to the next round. Remember guys, this is a best of 1, so when a player is defeated in this first game, they are out. The best of 3s begin when we get into the quarterfinals, I believe it is, which will be played in 2 days time. So Kamehameha has himself his 4-staff now, going to pop that Clarity Potion, try and regen up some more mana to be able to potentially take down this Outworld Devera, who buys himself a magic stick. Looks like he's going to try and get his magic wand. But as far as damage goes, we have 102 coming out for Outworld Devera, whereas Kamehameha, he's got himself 107, so having a slight advantage, he's going to buy himself another Clarity and fly that one out soon. He does have the mana to use both his offensive spells if he wishes to do so. In fact, he's very close to the mana to have Windrun available as well. So in about 12 seconds time, he should have the mana for all 3 of his skills. In fact, not even that much. He will have it now. So 340 mana for his full combo. Does have that available. He's going to get himself an Illusion Rune now. And this is a chance where he can start to bring some more aggression. He has the 4-staff, which is going to cost mana. Don't forget 25 on that, but he has regen enough to get it there now. So here come the illusions once more. Shackle not going to latch by Kami. It was a good attempt though. Now Kami last hitting very well, so he's 40 last hits ahead now and equal on denies. Let's have a quick look at what the net worth is on both these players. We see a double net worth coming out in the way of the Windrunner now. And this is something that people would probably think shouldn't happen. Whether it's down to individual player skill or not is something else to determine. But as you can see, Haim's just standing there and taking the illusions. Not sure what's going on with this guy. Maybe he's just not up to the par that Kamehameha is used to, and Kami really controlling this lane. But again, big kudos going out to Kamehameha. He said he didn't want to swap the matchup, even though everyone... Oh, Shackle. That was a bit of a random one. And there goes an Astral Imprisonment. So, control to the feet. He's going to pop himself a Scientist Eclipse. Not going to do anything, though. And there comes a Windrun coming out from Kamehameha. And that will be GG. The Perish shot going to finish off the Outworld Devera. Kamehameha takes it takes the first round. He's going to advance himself through to the second round playing tomorrow, and that is going to be 2-0 going his way. So GG, well played. Stay tuned, guys. I believe the next match coming out will be Farah. Is it Farah's game versus 142?
It has no arms to defend itself.
I think it might be. Let's have a quick look at the bracket right now, because if it is, it's going to be a good one. In fact, it is going to be. So 142 versus Farah is going to be the next game. Guys, this is the first same hero matchup we're going to have of the tournament. It's going to be Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend. Stay tuned. We'll have that one coming up for you real soon.